This question's from the Advanced Higher Specimen 2015 written 5. The question wants us to calculate the percentage by mass of calcium carbonate present in the eggshell. So this is an example of a back titration. And the way that we can skim and scan this question to be able to identify that is that we'll be given two balanced equations. In the first equation, we've got our calcium carbonate reacting with our hydrochloric acid, which is our reactant side. And in the second equation, we've got the leftover hydrochloric acid, which is known as excess acid, reacting with our sodium hydroxide. Now, the reason that this is a back titration and not a normal titration is because calcium carbonate is insoluble, so it can't dissolve in water, so hence why we're going to do an acid-base reaction. The question wants us to work out the percentage mass of the calcium carbonate in the eggshell, so we're going to do all the working for each of the entities directly underneath it. So percentage mass is equal to mass over sample times 100. The sample size that we are given in the question is 0.390. And we times that by 100. So to complete that equation, we actually have to work out the mass. So up here, we'll have mass, M is equal to N times GFM. Now it is the GFM of our calcium carbonate. So if we pop that into our calculator, we've got 12 for the carbon, we've got 48 for the oxygen, and we've got 40.1 for the calcium, which gives us a GFM of 100.1. So to complete this, we're going to have to work out the number of moles. So this is where we have to do our mole ratio. From the balanced equation, we're looking at the number of moles of each that we've got. So it's a 1:2 ratio. So to work out the number of moles of my calcium carbonate, I have to work out the number of moles of my hydrochloric acid. This is related over to our second equation, where we've got 1:1 ratio here for our hydrochloric to our sodium hydroxide. Now, because we don't know how much had initially reacted in this, we have to work out how much of our leftover excess hydrochloric acid had reacted and then take it away from our original to work out our reactant. So to work out the number of moles of this, we need to work out the number of moles of this, number of moles of this, then number of moles of this. So we're going to start here. Now, if you read the question backwards, we should be given information about the sodium hydroxide first. So what we can see is that we have been given an average titer volume of our sodium hydroxide as 12.65, and we have been given the concentration as 0.1. So we've got 0.1 times 12.65 divided by 1,000. So if we put that into our calculators, 12.65 divided by 1,000 times by 0.1. And that comes in at 1.265 times 10 to the minus 3. That's how many moles of sodium hydroxide reacted. So we can pop that underneath here so that we're going to scale that for our mole ratio. And we would cross multiply that. Times by 1, divide by 1, and that would still give us 1.265 times 10 to the minus 3. Now, that there, what we can see is in the question, that total number of moles was for 10 centimetres cubed of the solution. So what we have to do is we have to do a little scale here. So we've got 1.265 times 10 to the minus 3, which was found in 10 centimetres cubed. But we have to scale for the standard flask. Okay, this is a really, really important step. The standard flask size was 100 centimetres cubed, same substance or same unit, same side. So we're going to cross multiply. So we've got 1.265 times 10 to the minus 3. We multiply by 100 and we divide by 10 to scale that appropriately. So this gives us 0.01265. Now this here is the number of moles of excess. Remember, this side's to do with excess because this was the second reaction. So we need to work out the reacting volume, and to do that we have to have our initial, we would take away the excess, which would leave us with our reacting. So in this box here, we're going to work out our initial number of moles. N is equal to C times V. The concentration of our original hydrochloric acid was 1 mole per litre, times by 20 centimetres cubed divided by 1,000. So if we do 20 divided by 1,000 times by 1, that gives us 0.02 initial. So 0.02 was what we started with. We take away the excess that we've calculated, 0.01265, minus 0.01265, and that will give me 7.35 times 10 to the minus 3 reacting. This here is what we are going to scale across up here. So that's the reacting number of moles. So we've got 7.35 times 10 to the minus 3, and we need to cross multiply. So we times by 1, then divide by 2. That tells us that we have 3.675 times 10 to the minus 3 moles of calcium carbonate that must have reacted. We can then substitute that in as our N. So we'll times that by 100.1. That will give me 0.367865. Sorry. And I'm going to just keep that in the calculator. We just do a rounding at the end. That's the mass that I've calculated. We can see it's very similar to our original mass. I'm going to then substitute that into here. So I'm going to divide that by 0.390 equals times by 100 to put it into a percentage. And that means that my percentage comes in at 94.325%. And we may want to round that percentage. If we look at the number of numbers that we've got in our question, we can see that we've got 4 significant figures. So we can leave it like this, or you can write it in as 94.33. I would always do the maximum numbers that are given in the question. So that is your final answer. This question again is a back titration. We can see that we've got 2 different balanced chemical equations given. And again, if we look at magnesium carbonate, we will see that it is insoluble, hence why it can't dissolve in water, and we have to react it with our acids. The first reaction is our reactant, and the second balanced equation that we've been given is our excess titration. So the question wants us to calculate the percentage purity of the magnesium carbonate. So in this box here, we'll do percentage is equal to mass over sample and times by 100s. The sample will usually be given at the beginning of the reaction, and the sample size they're giving us is 0.25 grams. To complete this equation, we need to calculate the mass of the magnesium carbonate. So in this box here, mass is equal to number of moles times GFM. The GFM we can work out. We've got magnesium, which is 24.3, plus carbon, which is 12, plus 3 oxygens, which is 48, which gives us a GFM of 84.3. To work out the number of moles, we're going to have to do our mole ratio. So the mole ratio in the first reaction is a 1:2, and in our second reaction is a 1:1. To work out how many moles had actually reacted, we first need to work out how many moles were left over from the reaction. So to work out the number of moles of this, we need to work out the number of moles of this. To do that, we need the number of moles of this and the number of moles of this. If you read the question backwards, the information that you should be given is about sodium hydroxide. So number of moles is equal to concentration times volume. The concentration we are given is 0.11 mole per litre. times by 8.1 divided by 1,000 to put it into litres. So 8.1 divided by 1,000 times by 0.11 gives us 8.91 times 10 to the minus 4 moles. That's what we actually have. So we need to cross multiply to scale for our mole ratio. Times by 1, divide by 1, same number of moles. So we've got 8.91 times 10 to the minus 4. Now, at this stage when we're reading the question, there's nothing there that mentions anything about an aliquot or a standard flask. So we don't actually have to scale for the number of moles for this particular question, okay? So this here is the excess moles. Now, for us to work out how much reacted, we're going to have to work out initial, take away the excess, which will allow us to have our reacting, which we will be able to scale over here. So initial number of moles is equal to C times V. The concentration we were given in the question was 0.16 times by 40 divided by 1,000, and that's to put it into litres. So we do 40 divided by 1,000 times by 0.16, and that gives us 6.4 times 10 to the minus 3. That is our initial. 6.4 times 10 to the minus 3, take away 8.91 times 10 to the minus 4, take away 8.91 times 10 to the minus 4. And that will leave me with 5.509 times 10 to the minus 3. That is my reacting number of moles. So that is what had actually reacted with the calcium carbonate. So we'll pop this underneath here, 5.509 times 10 to the minus 3. We want to proportionalise by cross multiplying. So we times by 1, then divide by 2. And that will give me 2.7545 times 10 to the minus 3. That's the number of moles of calcium carbonate that we initially had to have. We can then substitute that in for our number of moles. So we'll times that by 84.3, which gives us 0.2322 ... We're just going to keep it in the calculator. Again, if we look at that, it's very, very close to the original sample. Sub that in, so divide by 0.25 times by 100, and that gives us a percentage of 92.88174%, but that is extremely long. We look at the maximum number of figures that they're giving us in the question, which is 3. So I would round that to 92.9%.